Hi everybody, we're here for a demo playthrough. I was originally thinking I might get to this tomorrow, but it turns out I have time now, so might as well give it a go. This is Extraneum. This is another game that was shown off at Realms Deep. I'm actually not sure how long it's had a demo out for. It's probably been a bit. I just never actually, laid eyes on it. So, I noticed a retweet, probably by Major Arlene, that's usually where I catch wind of these things from, that this is going to be having a sale next week, starting Tuesday, I believe. I think it's like the 22nd. Yeah, so next Tuesday. This is going to be half off on itch.io. This is sold both on Steam and on itch. It is in early access right now. The normal asking price right now is $12 on at least on itch and also on Steam. So yeah, same price on both. Of course, presumably if you buy it on Twitch, more of the money goes straight to the developer, so from the itch side of things. So even more reason to get it there. And if it's going to be half off, then I mean, I kind of want to take a look at the demo and see whether I'm compelled to pull the trigger on that next week. So let me read off some info about the game from both of the store pages. They both have the same blurb about the game. The story goes, thanks to your high resilience and your even higher scores on the Universal Weapon Handling Assessment, you were lucky enough to get hired as a security guard for top-secret Project Extraneum, pronounced Extraneum. Okay, thank you for telling me how to pronounce it. You know, it's like how my website says how to pronounce my name, because nobody knows how the hell to pronounce this. Extraneum. Alright. Gotta get used to that. You had no idea what this project was all about, but you certainly didn't sign up for a total overrun of the facilities by alien-looking monstrosities. Wow, it sounds almost as bad as the Twitter acquisition. Looks like you're doing overtime today. Grab your trusty knife and your standard-issue SMG and send these abominations back to hell where they belong. Now, come on, let's be fair, though. They're aliens. They're not demons, right? Hell isn't where they belong. Presumably some other planet or something. About the game, Extraneum is a brutal old-school first-person shooter with an emphasis on exploration and secret hunting. Shoot monsters and find upgrades as you progress through the laboratories of Project Extraneum in search for the truth and a way to put an end to it all. This game is currently in early access, but the entire first episode is already available and playable from beginning to end. The final version will feature 24 levels with 3 unique boss battles waiting at key points of the campaign, 12 unique weapons and 12 enemy types, hidden upgrades for your health, armor, and ammo, tons of secrets and hidden areas for your exploratory pleasure. I'm kind of curious about that, because, if standing a snowball's chance in hell of surviving requires finding secrets, I'm always a little iffy about that, but I mean, that is kind of how Metroidvanias work. Like, you're gonna find, a bunch of health ups and stuff like that behind breakable walls and whatnot, so we'll just have to see. Now, I will point out that this is one of those games that's like the super retro, large pixels kind of thing. So, think like Exophobia and... what the hell was the name of the other one that I played? I can't remember it off the top of my head now. But I did take a look. I watched pretty closely when I was looking at the trailer for this again, and, yes, there are some full-screen flashes. We'll take a look through the options to see what kind of accessibility settings, if any, are in here. But, the gunplay, in terms of, the sound effects and the graphics and stuff, feels like it could be pretty satisfying, so I want to give this a shot. Also, it seems like some of these games you get, really fish-eyed FOV. It doesn't seem like that's the case with this, so that's another thing that I'm gonna investigate. So let's take a look at the options right now. Now, first of all, something that a lot of new games have been botching, keyboard accessibility. Keyboard actually works in these menus, so that's a good start. Another interesting thing is that keyboard and mouse actually have separate indicators. So, mouse hover and keyboard focus are slightly separate. I will say that this color and that color are very close to each other, so it could be a little hard for some people to distinguish potentially. You can see here that one color is slightly darker than the other. So that's a nice detail that they've included that in there. So what have we got in here? Actually, that was interesting. Okay, so when you hover over here specifically, you get the hover outline. Oh, whoops, I was accidentally pressing the right arrow instead of the down arrow. So, interesting that it starts the difficulty on very easy here by default. I wonder if it'll let us pick when we go into the game anyway. So we've got no sweat for very easy, mild action for easy, business as usual for normal, painful for hard, and gruesome for very hard. I'm assuming we'll play on normal. We've got an always run toggle. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. We've got mouse sensitivity. We've got stick sensitivity because this does have controller support. Stick threshold. Lock mouse, which I'm assuming is supposed to lock it into the window, which right now, since I'm in the menu, it's not. I can actually mouse over to my other monitor right now. But I definitely want that on. So hopefully that'll take effect once we get into the game. So input, we've got multiple submenus here in terms of key bindings. We've got our movement. We've got alt, which is your controller movement. We've got actions. So we've got use. We've got... Why is open menu unassigned? I would assume that escape would do that anyway. Maybe that's just a bit of a glitch right now. Run is on left shift, which in my case presumably will be walk because I turned on always run. We've got main attack, we've got alt attack, we've got auto map zoom in, auto map zoom out. I'm surprised that uses E and not space, because I don't see anything else bound to space here, but let's see if there's anything else. We've got weapons on 1 through 6, knife, SMG, shotgun, grenade launcher, heavy machine gun, and plasma rifle. We've got weapons alt, and that's it. So... Oh, cool. So it has a press and hold prompt, and it kind of fills in there as you hold it. I'm going to go ahead and put use on space because, like, why wouldn't I do that? Next is display. So it defaulted to full screen. There's exclusive. There's also borderless. So you've got all those options. You've got VSync. You've got anti-aliasing, which... Given the aesthetic of this game, I don't know that I would want anti-aliasing. We're gonna try without it and see what happens. We've got audio. These both started out as 100. I tweaked them a little bit. We'll see if I need to tweak them more as we go along. But yeah, let's head into new game. Okay, yeah, so they do let you pick your difficulty here anyway. This can be changed later in settings. Oh, and it has descriptions too. So let's start from the left. No sweat. You're twice as strong and resilient, and you can respawn for free an unlimited number of times. So that's super accessible mode. Mild action, you're 50% stronger, and the first respawn is free. The first one is free. Business as usual. Standard balanced mode. Respawners can be used at most 3 times per level and get gradually more expensive with each use. Interesting. So you do have an increasing penalty as you die, which, like, I always don't know how to feel about that, but we'll try it and see how it feels. There was another game that I played that, again, I am freaking blanking on the name of, that, like, seemed like it made things exorbitantly expensive when you die. So, like, and that feels like kind of a Souls-like thing, but we'll see how it actually pans out here before I pass judgment on that. Painful, enemies are 50% stronger and respawners are more expensive. Gruesome, enemies deal twice as much damage and take more abuse. In addition, respawn pods are all gone. If you want a challenge, this is it. See, this is your iron mode, plus things are harder. So you better know the game pretty damn well before trying that. Alright, so we're just going to try business as usual. We'll see what the respawn costs are like. I'm probably going to want to tweak the mouse. Oh wow, running is actually pretty fast. Alright, so there's my knife. There's my... What is this? Pistol machine gun? I forgot what this was technically called. SMG, okay. Which I probably shouldn't waste ammo for just yet. I'm guessing that's health. I can't pick it up right now. This definitely gives me a slightly Blake Stone vibe in terms of the aesthetic. Which, Blake Stone is something I was always kind of a fan of aesthetically. Healthy Foods Corporation. Oh, you got like a blur going on as you, so one thing I noticed, there wasn't any kind of accessibility menu, so, that's something that I could see being a thing eventually, like maybe putting a toggle whether to do that blur as an animation or just as a static, you know, like on-off thing. Because I could see that being a little bit disorienting. Medicola is what those cans were. Nanobots infused carbonated beverage, but is it nitrogen infused or not? Soylent Grey sandwich. Artificial chicken and lettuce flavor. Can of Buff Up. Fizzy stamina enhancing drink. 5 armor points. Iron skin noodles. Rich in iron, potassium, and titanium. Yum. 25 armor points. So I don't have any credits right now. But, alright, so we can buy health and armor. That looks like an actual door. That is an exit that I can't go through yet. Yeah, so this is your walking speed versus your running speed. There wasn't an FOV slider either, was there? I'm actually really surprised there wasn't. But this seems like a reasonable FOV. The fisheye isn't particularly... It is kind of a thing, but it feels like it's not egregious. Well, we got chain reactions, so that's important to know. Do we have a map? Oh, we do have a map. Wait, was that in the menu? I didn't remember seeing an input for that. Oh yeah, it was. Right here, auto map. Right, duh, it had the zoom in and out controls. So also the other interesting thing that I noticed when I was testing this before stream, if you just click on this, it will actually cycle through forwards. If you click on the left arrow specifically, it will cycle through backwards. So that can be... Actually, it's actually kind of a big hitbox, because, like, even over here, I'm still hitting the left, so, okay. But over here, I'm hitting the right. So, interesting detail there. Oh, and we have a... Oh, there's a mini-map mode. Dude, that's cool. Alright. Does the... Oh, the zoom in and out does still work there. I kind of like that idea. Also, I guess I'm kind of blocking, like... There's a sort of progress bar effect on the ammunition at the bottom right, in addition to the numbers. So that's kind of nice. You can see how full or not you are. How did I... Well, I've already pulled a Doom and accidentally killed the one in the back first. Okay, so... Oh, that's considered a stim pack. It looked like the cola bottles to me, but alright. Alright, so that is actually locked. Alright, we got armor. I can destroy those. We got SMG bullets. That was, in fact, a secret. Okay. Oh, shit. Pretty rude secret. Oh, well, we got a shotgun, though, so that's cool. Gotta learn to distinguish the weapons, because, like, they have a very similar color palette, especially at the top end. So I could see that getting confusing. Honestly, the SMG looks a little like a microphone. I actually might want to turn auto run off. I feel like it's actually kind of jarring. Was that in here? Yeah. Well, on the other hand, this is kind of slow, but it feels like it goes better with the turning speed right now. I suppose I could tweak that. But yeah, we got hit scanners already. I should probably go back and pick up the other one of these. Yeah, for strafing, like, auto run is really, really fast for strafing. I feel going forwards and backwards feels less fast than going left and right. That might be due to how the FOV works. But for that reason, I might want to keep auto run off. Those guys are fast movers. Oh, I'm out of bullets already, so I guess I'm glad I found the secret. Oh, shotgun versus shotgun. I'm already half dead. Is that health? That is health, okay. That was probably 25. Oh yeah, also, can we... No, I guess we can't save at any time. That's why there's the whole respawn mechanic. But you need credits to respawn, right? Oh, that was bad. Oh, did that get 2 of them, though? Nice. You know, for that shotgun being a secret, there sure is a lot of shotgun ammo. I feel like I'm trading hits a lot. This feels like I'm playing Blood with how aggressive the hit scanners are. Alright, we got more bullets now. I shoot these out? Nope, doesn't look like it. I like how the door, like, plops down and bounces. That's a neat little detail. Also, I feel like there was a part at the beginning of the map that I, like, didn't pay attention to and already, like, picked a direction and could have gone a different way. Kind of want to test that again. Suppose I can stab those. Oh, they do sometimes contain stuff. Okay. And you can see out there from in here, so that's nice. What? Okay, this is where I hadn't gone, apparently. Okay, so there's a non-secret shotgun, so that answers my question of, like, I hope they didn't... Or rather, my potential critique of, like, I hope they didn't expect you to find the secret shotgun. Oh, well, that's a secret. Alright. Found a secret data disk. I have no idea what that does. So wait, if that's not where I originally came in, then where did I originally come in? This is going forward again, right? This is where I came in. Through here. And over here was where I got the shotgun the first time. So, okay, yeah, I basically got an early shotgun, which is fine. I still don't have that yet, so we'll have to come back through here eventually. But yeah, I guess I'm glad I eventually tried the other side here, too. Is there anything else to do here? Doesn't seem like it. Wait, isn't this going backwards, though? Hang on. Where was the other side that I went to? Over here. Right, okay. I wonder if they'll eventually add in a use sound. Wow, alright. This thing is practically a railgun. And I can one-shot those guys. Well, they're giving us a bunch of health and stuff. Okay, this is a checkpoint, I guess. Yep. And we can't do anything in there. Wanna bet this... Yeah, this connects back. This one particularly connects back to the start. So, yeah, we've got some Metroidvania-esque design in the levels here. I don't want to save the health for later. Ow! Or I guess I'll get it now, because that was a very big explosion. I wonder if I should not be destroying those yet. I just feel like if I don't destroy them now, I'm probably gonna regret it. Also, kind of, I've been wondering if there's destructible walls, like if destroying these barrels will actually open secrets, but doesn't seem like it. This might be why I should have kept those intact, because that's our level 1 access. So, interesting that that's a switch. It's not, you don't pick up a key, and there's nothing on the HUD to indicate it. Yeah, that's why we should have kept the barrels intact. Oh well. Grenades, huh? Whoops, there's a dude back there. Maybe they're actually not hit scan. I meant to switch weapons there, and apparently I didn't. So if the shotgun is mid-reload and I press 2, it doesn't actually switch weapon. It doesn't buffer a weapon switch. That's unfortunate. That's something I would love to see get fixed. Okay, so the loose shotgun shells are 4, apparently. Actually, don't really need the health right now. Well, I say that, and then that happens. Okay, that's right. Those are 5, not 10. I'm thinking in Doom terms, and apparently that's not what I should be thinking in. Look at how many, like, look at how much ammo I can fit over here. Like, this, my max on this has to be around 200. I'm nowhere even close. Although, wait, how much is that? That was like 30. Okay. So, this one leads back to the beginning. Oh, that's cool. It's like a prolonged door animation. So it makes it feel kind of weighty. Oh, both of the... I didn't even notice this before. I didn't even, like, look over that way, or I just didn't, like, bother really paying attention or registering it. So yeah, both of those lead back. This is the way forward. Is there anything else on the map that I should be interested in? It looks like there's another direction I didn't go over there. Can I, like, independently pan the map? Not really. There's no, like, follow mode toggle. That would be a nice thing to add, potentially. How much can you zoom? That is how far you can zoom in. That is very big. I mean, if you put that over there... Okay, so the zoom level is kind of, like, adjusted for the size of the map. So, like, the highest zoom level kind of works well there. So, okay, yeah, the map is always showing, whether it's in the corner or front and center, it's showing the same area. So the zoom affects how much area it displays effectively. And you've got 3 settings. That becomes very tiny. That one seems like a pretty decent setting. Alright, so what didn't I look at over here? Oh, geez, I can go through there. That seems like not a good idea, though. I don't suppose there's, like, another secret with an environmental suit or something. And how would you propose I get in there? There's another door in the back. But there's no... Well, hang on. I don't know why those symbols are there. Bonk. Also, it is interesting that, like, this actually does support multiple heights. So, it's not necessarily... I don't know what engine this is using, or if it's rolling its own thing. Well. Okay, at least there's health over here. It ate through my armor, though. Is this how we get... This is that door that we just saw. Ooh, what's this? Found a health upgrade. Okay, so my max health went up by 10. I guess I'm hoofing it back, though. Unless... Nope, there's another secret. I forget, did this actually show number of secrets somewhere? Full body armor, okay. Oh, and that gets us back over here. And this was that wall with, like, claw marks in it that I was suspicious about, so go figure. Alright. That's neat. They do have the exploration aspect down, I'll give them that. And, like, they seem to have a fairly competent map. This is not where I want to be. Actually, where I want to be is back at the beginning, because I can go through the locked door again. This is the wrong side. Yeah, we actually just want to go through here. What are you? Oh, jeez. You're basically a cacodemon. Oh, and you split into these guys. And you didn't buffer my weapon switch. Well, the armor's coming in handy. Oh god, there's 2 of you. Well, one of them was carrying... No, two of them were carrying money. But yeah, my armor's basically gone. Oof. Okay, so there was health over there. I was probably supposed to come in here and fight those guys, but instead I kind of got cornered back into the save room area. Because, like, one of them was right in front of the door, so... It's weird how, like... Sometimes when I walk up to these things, I kind of, like, bounce in front of them. Buff up. They gotta do, promos for Buff Up with Buffman. Buffman! Can't breathe. Oh no! So yeah, I gotta say, the weapons feel pretty decent. I mean, the SMG, unfortunately, doesn't feel ammo efficient at all. Hello, where did you come from, exactly? Like, the SMG feels like it takes forever to kill anything, and I just run out of ammo immediately. So, like, the shotgun is doing the majority of the work for me right now, but... Also, I like how we have Doom E2M2 containment area vibes a little bit. Oh, ammo for, like, everything. Alright. What is that? That's a grenade. I haven't found the grenade launcher yet, have I? No, I have not. I also still don't know, like, are these boxes supposed to be destructible? It seems like they're not. Wait, is this where I came from before? I think it is. No? It's not according to the map. Interesting. I completely whiffed. Oh shit. I'm not getting direct hits on these guys. They should go down with one hit, I think. We found an octobutt. Okay, so how do we get back there? There's something connecting. That also says exit, which is interesting because at the very beginning of the level, didn't we have an exit-only door or something? It's also interesting how the map, like, fades out in levels. Like, it turns light gray, then dark gray. In terms of, like, where you haven't quite caught sight of or something. Alright, well, I guess I'm going through here. Possible OSHA violation going on. How the heck do I get over there? Oh, nice. Okay. I kind of, like, must have half-killed one of those and then done the rest of the way. I guess we're going through that. Uh-huh. That's how we get that. So you always got to check the trim textures. They're not always secrets, but they're sometimes secrets. How did that not get both of you? Man, you gotta, like, macro dodge them. Alright, now I'm close to out of shells, which I'm not a huge fan of. Also, most of that body armor's already gone. Where'd he go? Oh my god, dude. I don't like how close to out of ammo I am on basically everything. Yeah, I'm basically out of ammo on everything. I don't have the ammo to kill this guy. Like, this is actually a problem. Yeah, I guess I'm stabbing this guy to death. Or more likely, actually dying. So, yeah, ammo balance might be kind of fucked in this game, apparently. It costs 50 credits to revive, so that's kind of expensive. Otherwise, you have to start all over again. So, I still have the problem of I don't have any ammo. Did this vending machine sell ammo? No, it only sells health. And also, it starts me... So... Yeah, see, that's a big fucking problem. It costs $50 to revive, 50 credits to revive, and then you also have to spend money on health and armor, because you start at 50 health and 0 armor. And also, you don't get any ammo back. That's a very colossal balance problem. So, I just went from kind of liking this game to really not liking it, because why the fuck would you do that? That is an insanely bad design decision. Like, that's just horrendously unbalanced. Because I don't think I left any ammo anywhere. I guess I left health over there. But I would have to go through the muck to get to that health, so that's actually not worth it. I should still have... Apparently I found a little bit of ammo. So I do still have my guns, that's good, because that would have been the next question, was like, do I lose my guns as well? Because that would be a problem, because they don't respawn. But, like, even if you... I mean, I guess on the easier difficulties, the enemies have less health, so then the ammo distribution becomes less problematic, because it goes farther. But... Oh, that's right, I forgot I could get into that from this side, because I already opened this. Lost my train of thought. Basically, just the fact that, like, you could end up entirely out of resources is not good. Because it's not exactly... The idea of having to knife everything to death and just trade damage with everything and die repeatedly, even on the lower difficulties where respawns are free, is not particularly compelling. No, it's not a roguelike. Not really. I mean, it's specifically... It's not procedurally generated or anything like that. Or at least my understanding is it's not. Oh, right, and I never got in there either. But I assume that comes later. So, I found 4 shotgun shells. And that's basically the only thing I've found since I respawned. And there's still a few enemies out and about this place. Like that guy. And I just whiffed that. Oh good, I actually found ammo. Actually, now that I think about it, I can think there was one room that I did leave shotgun shells in. So I probably should have gone back for that. That's on me. But I do still think the ammo balance is a little bit questionable. Okay, so now we're on the other side of this room. So wait. I'm assuming, because at the beginning of the level there was an exit-only door, but I'm assuming that was supposed to be, like, the start point of the level, and that's why it said that. Alright, so we got through it. The end of the level was kinda rough, though. I found 7 out of 8 secrets, which isn't bad for a first playthrough. I still don't know what the data disk actually does. The second artifact there is presumably the health upgrade that I got. I don't know. I'm assuming efficiency is just a total percentage based on all of these factors. And that's the demo. The demo is 1 level. I'm going to play it again on mild action. Because if you're 50% stronger, then presumably ammo will be less of a problem. Also, I have to figure that the one secret that I missed is the grenade launcher. Because we found grenades, I just didn't have a weapon to use it with. So now I'm being careless, and I'm actually taking more damage. Wait, that leads back out too, right? This leads back out. Wasn't there another direction here, too? No, there wasn't. Did I actually go in here last time, or did I back out and never actually go through this? No, I went through this. I remember this. You know what would help balance ammo? If these guys actually dropped any of it. This might be the secret I didn't find last time. And there's your grenade launcher. Yep. So, it could also be that this map is poorly designed around actually finding all the secrets, which, based on the Steam description, was the one concern that I had, is that, you know, if a game encourages exploration one step too far, to the point where the levels are designed around either you find all the secrets and are adequately equipped, or you have a bad time, then that's bad game design, because you should not have to find every single secret just to be adequately equipped. Alright, well now I know what's up in here. Yeah, and, like, for it to be that punishing on even, like, the medium difficulty, like, it's one thing for the secrets to basically be required on, like, the hardest difficulty. I've seen some Quake mappers do things that way, too. Like, I remember there was one map I played that, like, very specifically stated that, like, on hard difficulty, like, hard difficulty had all the health in, like, the only health was in secrets or something, and they actually, like, said that straight up. If you do that as a conscious design decision for your hardest difficulty and are upfront about that, that's one thing. If you do that, like, on all difficulties, where the secrets are basically required to stand a fighting chance, then that's kind of problematic. Oh, the grenade launcher is 4. Well, that went down the hole. Not what I wanted. So yeah, I think some of the side ammo in these cubby holes I had actually not taken because I didn't want to waste the shotgun pickups. But I absolutely should have come back for it. So that is the one mistake that I made in the third difficulty playthrough, which probably made it harder than necessary. Also, I didn't even use this. And this goes back to the beginning. He's like, I'm leaving, actually. Oh shit, that was too close. Wait, there's still another one? I thought there were 2. Didn't I just kill 3 of them? Nice. Shot the closed door. Yeah, see, now I actually have over 100 SMG ammo because it actually, like, kills things adequately fast when your damage is scaled up by 50%. I completely missed. Did I miss with that one too? No, I must have hit. Oh, I only have 1 grenade left at this point. But it's done some work, that's for sure. You know what? I'm surprised they don't have a crosshair option. I really wish it would buffer weapon changes. Yeah, SMG is your starting projectile weapon. It's very weak. It's very ammo inefficient, especially on the third difficulty and higher, where your damage isn't scaled up. Oh wow, I actually got both of them with that. Hey, Mike. Was there 3 of them? That seems like an odd number. Oh, I'm doing alright. This game is definitely promising. Like, the gunplay is pretty good. The balance may be an issue, a little bit. Because it seems to be heavily balanced around finding many of the secrets, even if you're playing on, like, the medium difficulty. Again, I got 7 out of 8, so I missed something else. I missed one of the other secrets that time, and... Oh yeah, I didn't even bother getting the data disk that time. That was the secret that I missed. I think my efficiency was probably higher, though, because I did it faster. I did it in less than 10 minutes that time. It's a little unfortunate that there's only one level in the demo. But again, this game is going to be should be effectively $6 for the early access version, which is 1 full episode. It's going to eventually be 3. As of Tuesday. It's going to be on early access, or rather on 50% discount on itch.io for a week, starting Tuesday. Let me actually grab that link and dump it in chat. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, like, super large pixel FPSs. In terms of the gunplay and just the general aesthetic and, like, you know, the combination of visuals and sound, it's one of the better ones that I've seen out of the ones that I've played so far. But the potential balance issues seem like maybe a bit problematic. To the point where, like, I might actually play it on mild action just so that it's actually reasonable. Because, I mean... It's one thing to make the game challenging, but you need to balance making the game challenging without making it prohibitively unfair to actually, like, pick yourself back up where you left off. And the problem that I had playing on business as usual was the only time I died was when I ran out of ammo. Entirely. Completely. For every weapon. And the problem is, when you die... You're not gonna get any other ammo. There's no resources. Like if you respawn to a save point, none of the ammo comes back. You also respawn at half health and 0 armor, so you actually have to spend resources or to get health back or find health in the level. And they have like vending machines that'll sell you health and armor, but they don't sell you ammo. And ammo is the thing you fucking need. Like if there's not enough ammo to finish the level and kill things enough to finish the level and survive it without finding, like, every single secret, then that's a problem. Like, encouraging exploration is one thing, and, like, I started out having a really good time with it because I thought, like, the map is really well... The map overlay is really well made. They have, like... In some cases, they have, like, little subtle hints of, like, you should try going in there. And so, like, it does encourage exploration in good ways, but the problem is it also requires exploration, as Tenmachi put it, and by which I mean it requires, like, you know, keeping your eyes peeled on the map at all times, and wall humping, and all that stuff. And that's, like, it requires that just for survivability, and that's not good. That's off the deep end. And basically, if you have to... It gets to the point where, like... I would imagine that business as usual or painful could actually be harder than gruesome, because gruesome just turns off respawn points, period. And the game feels like if you're going to use a respawn point, you might as well just restart the level so you actually have your resources back to the way that the level started. So, the respawn... And it's funny, because I mentioned there was another game that I played that I can't remember the bloody name of now. There was another demo I played where it had that exact problem of, like, the respawns in this feel prohibitively expensive, like you wouldn't want to do them, like the game just makes it that much worse for you if you have to respawn. And that's what this feels like. So, like, it doesn't make any sense. You're just making it that much more difficult for people who die a lot. And, like, granted, on the lowest difficulty setting, you can respawn for free an unlimited number of times, but if you're respawning because you're dying because you're running out of ammo, and there's still no ammo in the level, then all you're doing is bum-rushing enemies and repeatedly dying while trying to knife them to death, and that's just boring as fuck. Like, that's not a good time. That's not a good experience. So I think that the most crucial point that they need to improve in this is resource balancing. Make the game actually forgiving in terms of resources. That's my one gripe that I have now harped upon for minutes on end. Other than that, the game's pretty impressive. Like, especially games with this kind of aesthetic where it's just like super big pixels and everything, like, those are usually a hard sell on me. This is one of the strongest ones I've seen, other than that one big sticking point.